One of the fastest growing sports in the world today doesn't require expensive equipment, gasoline, or sponsors to thrive. In fact, it doesn't even need a referee. If you can gather a group of friends, find a wide open space, and enjoy fast-paced action, you may have found your new favorite sport. The name sums it up. It's called Ultimate. The wide open spaces of Oregon and the beautiful Willamette Valley, a perfect setting for the contentious battle about to unfold in the sport of Ultimate. As CSTV presents the 2005 UPA College Ultimate Championships. Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Delaney. Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon. Today, it's the semifinal matchup between the University of Colorado's Cali team and the University of Washington's Element. This women's semifinal matchup sure to be very tough. The conditions pretty windy out here, and the big story has got to be around the University of Washington. They bring a star player in Miranda Roth, a grad student from Carleton, and last year's MVP of the sport, the Callahan winner, a very strong contender on both sides of the field. She's going to be leading this team against a very experienced University of Colorado team who's had a tough go of it this year. The big name on the University of Colorado team, Alex Snyder. This team's been to the championship battle 3 times, so they have the experience. Alex Snyder, a strong handler. Look for her to lead this team up the field and into scoring position. And it is Alex Snyder, one of the captains, Carolyn Matthews the other, Jenna Colhart, Krista Miller, Shalini Lonam, and Pogo Riller, and Jen Masumitsu starting out for Colorado. The Washington Element, Emily Grad, Lisa Neiman as the captains, Miranda Roth, Chris-Ann Schmidt, Kara Fowler, Jane Kaufman, and Jackie Williams. The team spirit there, absolutely surging. With me today making the call, Kyle Weisbrod explains the rules of the game.
This is the game of Ultimate. We're playing to 15 points today. It's win by 2, cap at 17 points. Teams will take halftime when the first team reaches 8 points. The game is played by scoring the disc in the opponent's end zone. You have to pass it to a teammate. This game is self-officiated. Players have to make and work out all calls by themselves, and if there's a conflict on the field, the observer comes in and makes the call.
I love that aspect of this sport. The spirit of the game, the athletes call it, self-officiated. Right now we're looking at the Colorado Cali, led by Captain Alex Snyder, number 4 in the black visor, blonde hair, very recognizable on the field. She is throwing into the wind. She's trying to cover the complete 70 yards of the playing field, both end zones made up of 25 yards, so the field quite long. It's 40 yards wide. Right now we see number 25 of the Washington Element, Miranda Roth, one of the most talented players in Ultimate at any level.
Miranda Roth is a fantastic player. She won the Callahan Award last year as the MVP of the college game when she was playing with the Carleton College team.
So a block by Colorado on a throw from Emily Grad of Washington. That is a turnover. Looking for Colorado to take advantage of a defensive chance here.
Snyder picks up the disc, looking for her options, and puts it deep right away to Carolyn Matthews. Oh, Miranda Roth with a sweet bid.
So Miranda Roth can't catch up to Carolyn Matthews, who makes the grab in the end zone. Colorado up the first score of the game. Things are looking quite good. The pace very fast here.
And this is a huge score for Colorado, scoring upwind on the first point of the game. They must be very fired up for this.
Look at that layout by Roth. What commitment.
Absolutely, and she'll come up with more of those than she misses.
So now throwing downwind, it's Alex Snyder again, control of the disc. Such a backbone of this team.
Absolutely, she's going to pick up the disc every single time that it's turned over. And look at this pull, way deep in the end zone with the wind. That's an 80-yard pull there.
So right now taking control of the disc, it's called the handler, this position. They're the ones who act basically like the quarterback of the team, setting up some plays.
Yep, and CU has come down in a zone defense. You'll see they have 3 people around the disc marking. That's called the cup. Oh, and Carla Fowler tries to throw a forehand. It slips off of her fingertips.
And dangerously close to the end zone of Element. Alex Snyder approaching the disc. Colorado resets.
And look at Lonam right wide open in the corner of the end zone. And Snyder breaks the mark right to her for the score. Looks like Miranda Roth was trying to poach the middle of the field there and left her person wide open. check out this break mark by Alex Snyder. She really extends on this backhand to hit Lonam in that corner.
Laser accuracy to a wide open player. Colorado looking tough right now. Don't go away. We'll be back to Corvallis, Oregon. Colorado up 2-0. Welcome back to the 2005 UPA College Ultimate Championships here in Corvallis, Oregon. Comfortable, relaxing day for some. Quite intense on the field for our 14 players right now. It's Colorado Cali in the black versus Washington Element in the light jerseys and purple shorts. Colorado up 2-0. That was Snyder with the pull.
Oh, nice grab by Neiman there, laying it out. And CU's back in that zone defense again.
So right now, Grad connects to Roth. Roth with some great hands.
Oh, Miranda Roth with a sweet layout grab. Stands up and puts it to Jane Coffin, but it's just too far.
You know, Kyle, some fantastic athleticism displayed on the field. It must be difficult to balance the training and the books.
As an individual who does a lot of academic things as well, Ultimate is the perfect sport because you can have that piece of training on your own, which is like, you know, being in the lab and working on an experiment, but you can also interact with others and exchange ideas in a really fun atmosphere. So I think that's why Ultimate is perfect and largely a very academic sport.
So doing any workout there in the chem lab must be pretty difficult. Shalini Lonam, one of the top players here on the field right now.
It is tough, balancing out that lab time with that workout time to make your team complete and to make your studies complete is a hard job for a lot of these athletes.
After talking to some of the athletes, it sure seems like Ultimate is somewhat more of a passion for some of them than their studies.
Yeah, my parents used to joke that they were sending me to an Ultimate camp at Brown University. Oh, and CU with their first turnover of the game.
Miranda Roth, the handler, picks it up again, guarded by number 25. That's Jen Masumitsu, right to Emily Grad. It's Grad to Fowler and the Washington Element, and a long throw. Looks like Roth with the extended arm.
Oh, and Roth with an open receiver there. That's Jackie Williams with the score.
So Washington on the board. Jackie Williams, a tough play. She really broke her defender and got open in the end zone. It's amazing Roth has that vision.
It looks like CU didn't get the matchups they wanted on transition. Miranda Roth gets the disc wide open, has a wide open receiver, and puts it right in her stomach for the score.
So Washington not ready to roll over. This game's still young. It's 2-1 in favor of Colorado.
And now we're going to see Washington's first opportunity at defense. What we're going to see here, Washington all weekend long has been playing their four-person cup. They'll probably come down with it on this point.
So a short throw into the wind. These winds really picking up here at the Crystal Park complex. Pretty much blowing straight down the field. There's an overhand.
From Carolyn Matthews. That's a sweet put to Lonam. Lonam finds Pogorilla in the sideline, who hits Lonam right back.
Washington trying to find their defense. Most of the players behind the disc for a while there.
It looks like Washington was trying to transition out of their zone defense into a man defense, and their man matchups just didn't get there quite fast enough. And Shalini Lonam with the disc on the goal line. Breaks to Carolyn Matthews. Matthews with the disc around to Alex Snyder. And Snyder back across the field to Pogorilla for the score. That was some great movement. She had the whole Washington team going to one sideline, and she broke it back to Pogorilla towards the other direction. Let's take a look at that play.
So Alex Snyder, once again with great vision. Looked like she had a wide open player to her left, but she goes across the grain, Kyle. How great is her vision? No wonder she's the captain.
Great vision, great throws. She sees the field fantastically well.
So another pull from downwind by Alex Snyder. Gets past the halfway mark there on this field. Big, strong arm just to do that, and these winds that are gusting up to 25 at this point.
Neiman picks up the disc, hits Grad right away. They're facing that CU three-person zone cup again. And the break to Gallagher right through the middle. Gallagher hits Miranda Roth. Roth with the disc. And it looks like there's a call there on the play. Miranda's arm may have gotten hit there, or maybe the disc got hit while she was trying to throw. In Ultimate, while the disc is in your hand, it's considered part of your arm, so if the disc gets hit, it is a foul. And the play is back on. Miranda Roth with the disc, hitting Grad. Grad swings around to Neiman. Neiman to Coogan. Coogan with the disc, dishes to Neiman.
Great disc movement from Washington.
Absolutely, that's how you beat the zone defense. And to Gallagher, Gallagher with the disc and finds Roth for the score.
Kyle, it is Gallagher and Roth seem very well connected on this field.
Coogan really finds the space here, finds that break mark, puts it to Gallagher. Gallagher has the whole field to look at here and sees Miranda right in the middle. CU's defense is not set, and it's an easy score for Washington.
A lot of running down the field in that one. Athletes catching their breath. Before we see the next pull, let's look at the fundamentals of defense, the mark.
My name is Perrin Schulte. This is Sarah Lom. We're from Penn State ISIS. We're going to demonstrate marking for you. When you're on the mark, you want to cut off half the field for the thrower. So right now I'm forcing flick, and I want to cut off all of her backhand throws so that the defense in the stack only has to defend half the field. So when I'm on the mark, I have my knees bent, I stay on the balls of my toes, and I want to move around as she fakes. So I have my left hand low, preventing any low throws like the inside-out flick, and then my right hand high to prevent any high throws like a step-around backhand, hammer, or scuba. So when you're on the mark, you have your knees bent, stay on the balls of your feet, you move around, cutting off all the throws as she fakes around. When you're on the mark, you want to make sure you don't hit any part of the thrower's body because that's a foul. One of the glory moments when you're on the mark is getting a hand block.
But it doesn't happen that often.
That's why it's glory when you get a hand block.
And the story is all about the glory right now for Colorado, up 3-2 over Washington. More action when we return to Corvallis, Oregon. Welcome back to Corvallis, Oregon and the Willamette River Valley. We are underway in the first half of the women's semifinals between Washington Element and Colorado Cali. Currently, Colorado is up 6-4. A lot of scoring action has taken place. Let's look back at the highlights.
There we have Lonam to Pogorilla for the CU score.
For Washington, it was Gallagher, Schmitz to Lowe. That brought it to 4-3.
CU answers back with Lonam to Wolchansky to the speedy freshman Heather Waugh for the score to bring it to 5-3.
Another great combination. Roth to Kaufman keeps Washington in this game.
And then we have Carolyn Matthews airing it out to Miller for the score to bring it to 6-4 and where we're at right now.
So one thing has definitely changed, and that is the increase in wind on this field. We've seen gusts up to 35 miles an hour as we see Alex Snyder pull one very high.
You got to keep them low and flat in this kind of wind.
Fire up! Go Utah!
So the University of Washington Element team members on the side trying to keep the spirit alive right now. It's Miranda Roth with the disc trying to take control.
Throws into the D by Matsumitsu. CU's got the disc. Snyder picks it up, working against Carla Fowler. Snyder hits an upwind throw to Carolyn Matthews. And Matthews throws it to Matsumitsu, who can't hold on to it.
So the accuracy of this sport, very difficult in big winds like this. The distance throws shut down. More of a short game being played just to be able to control the disc. Look at the trees in the background. This wind is howling, but what a toss.
Oh, Miranda puts it up to Jackie Williams. That's a sweet throw using the wind to put it right into Williams' chest, and a perfect throw.
So wind, the friend there to Miranda Roth.
Look at her put up that backhand with the bend, opens it up so the wind pushes it over to the side, around the CU defenders, right to the receiver who makes a nice grab on it.
So once again, Miranda Roth in on the play. Such an incredible part of the Washington Element. She's no stranger to the finals. In the 2004 UPA College Championships held in Seattle, Washington, Miranda Roth also played a pivotal role.
The game started off in the pouring rain in Seattle. Carleton College in the green, that's where Miranda did her undergraduate education, making a huge difference, playing against UC Davis in the blue.
And what a ferocious battle, point for point traded as the game was winding down.
8-6 at half for UC Davis. Roth with 1 assist and 3 scores at the half. Daniel Manning with big defensive plays and 2 scores in the first half. Each team turns it on in the second half. Carleton ties it up at 8-8. Then they trade points like two heavyweight boxers battling it out. Point for point to 12-12. Some huge plays by Carleton. Chrissy Lee and Miranda Roth making the big plays. On the other side of the disc, Danielle Manning and Lindsay Ryman-Schneider making some big plays. This game was epic. Finally, at 12-12, Davis turns it on to take the last 3 points. The game ends on this controversial call, a strip call on Chrissy Lee on Lindsay Ryman-Schneider's grab. The observer rules it is a strip, and Davis takes home the 2004 UPA College Championships.
More action laying out on the field when we come back. Colorado up 6 over Washington 5. Welcome back to Corvallis, Oregon and the UPA College Ultimate Championships. Ready to get into the action? The Ultimate Players Association is the largest ultimate frisbee organization in the world. By joining the UPA, you are automatically subscribed to the sport's official magazine, packed with tons of incredible photos and ways to get the most out of your game. Visit www.upa.org to learn more and find out how to start playing in your community. We are well underway in this battle between Colorado Cali and Washington Element. Colorado up 6-5, and we are in the middle of the action.
Carolyn Matthews with the disc, dumps it to Alex Snyder. Looks like there's a call on the field. 37, Jackie Williams calling the push-off foul on Alex Snyder. The players on the field now trying to work out where the disc comes in at and what the count comes in on. Fowler in white and Matthews in black discussing what the count comes in on here.
So this is called the spirit of the game, the self-officiation, which is really one of the reasons Ultimate has become so popular.
Spirit of the game is being able to be in an intense game, be in a close game, and still respect not only your teammates, but your competitors.
Upholding the rules, I think, is a really important aspect, and staying really positive. And also emphasize talking things out on the field. You know, letting calls be made, letting calls be contested, talking it out when you have a dispute.
You have this opportunity to play without formal officials, and really you're taking responsibility on yourself to make the good calls and to make the right calls.
Spirit is understanding that sometimes you're going to run into somebody and that it's a foul, and there's nothing wrong with that because you just reset and go back to all of those fundamentals that everyone has been working on all year long.
So the call's been made prior to the catch by Snyder. We're going to return it to Matthews, 42 in Colorado, and it's Fowler who checks the disc back into play.
Matthews breaks the mark to Pogariller. Pogariller with the disc. Looking at a high stall count here. She has 10 seconds to get the disc off, and she breaks the mark back to Matthews for the score.
Great little forehand wrist flick just over the scoring end zone line, and catching it is Matthews, a key part of that play.
Check out Matthews' footwork here, losing Carla Fowler and getting open on the break side for Pogarillo's extended throw for the goal.
So Colorado still coming up with great combination plays, moving the disc well around this field and handling the elements quite well. Not only the wind elements, but hey, Washington element.
That's a nice pull by Alex Snyder. Gets more distance than most of the pulls we've seen so far in this game. And CU is looking to take half here with this point. Fowler puts up a deep throw, but can't find a receiver. It's a turnover, and CU's picking up the disc in their own goal.
So field position strong for Washington, but of course, anytime you turn it over, a huge negative towards your momentum.
CU working against that four-person Washington Cup. Snyder swings out to Cantrell. Cantrell swings it out to Waugh. Waugh with the disc, swings it back to Cantrell. They're having trouble working against the zone. Cantrell swings it back to Snyder.
And finally, they're able to clear it out of their own end zone. A lot of lateral movement there. Oh, and a huge turnover.
Matsumitsu throws that one away to Aaron Gallagher. Aaron Gallagher with the disc about 5 yards outside of their scoring end zone. She gives the dish to Roth. Roth with the disc, throws a fake. Can't find anyone. Oh, and look at Aaron Gallagher, shaker defender, and dish back to Miranda. And then for the score to Gallagher. That's some great work by Aaron Gallagher, making it happen when no one downfield can get open.
So once again, we see the combination super threat between Gallagher and Roth.
These two players use their footwork really well, getting open on their defenders and scoring the goal when no one else is getting open downfield.
Great combination. We saw 4 passes between Gallagher and Roth to score there at the goal line. And once again, Roth with a full pull. Washington keeping it close to Colorado. They've never made it to the final 16 here at the championships. They're on the rise.
Because of our past record,
teams definitely haven't taken us very seriously. I mean, a couple years ago we didn't even make it out of our section, but now, I mean, if they don't step up and take notice, they're in trouble. So they best be noticing us now.
Some great confidence from Neiman from the Washington Element. And right now we see Snyder dishing it off to Lonam.
UW's undefeated this weekend and beat CU early in the season, so I don't think CU's underestimating UW right now. There's Heather Wall with the disc about 5 yards out, dumps it back to Lowman.
Lonam, if this scores, we go to half, and Colorado moves up 8-6. Halftime, a break for the athletes, and so far a tight match between these two top teams.
Check out the sweet grab by Pogariller, getting low, making sure that disc doesn't hit the ground.
There's Coach Mike Whitaker of Colorado Cali, excited with the performance of his athletes so far. Colorado up 8-6 at halftime. Stay tuned, we'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to the 2005 UPA College Ultimate Championships. Right now, Colorado over Washington 8-6. And Kyle, there's some keys to winning this game. What are they?
For UW, they need to make some changes. They need to generate a few turns. Once they get that turn, they need to get an upwind score. And Roth really needs to lift her team up with D. On the CU side, they need to continue to maintain possession, contain Roth on D, and score every single time they have the disc going downwind.
Coach Witt of the Collie looking to some heavy wind conditions, but your team definitely dominating, holding the Element way back in their end zone, using the downwind advantage. Is that working for you?
Yeah, it has so far. We were able to get an early upwinder, and we've been able to protect that. They've had it near our end zone a couple times, and we've had great Ds, help Ds especially on deep throws. And we've been able to knock it down and then work it downwind and get our goals. So we've basically got an early upwind break, and we've been able to hold it so far.
CU needs to hold on to that break through this second half to win this game.
Get a defensive stop and score. You guys had the beautiful defensive stop here. You need that other component, score, okay? You go after that disc, you catch it, okay? We need a little crisper offense. We're having people, too few people.
A cohesive group coming together. The Washington Element, tough fight to get here.
Washington, the number 8 seed, upsetting number 2 seed NC State to make to the semifinals. Colorado beating Brown 15-5. And on the other side of the bracket, Stanford, the number 1 seed, beating Iowa, and Texas beating Cal Berkeley 15-7.
So as the UW fans try to rally support for the Element, it's Miranda Roth looking into a stiff breeze once again, throwing upwind, and they've been fighting this battle all day.
With the change in sides on the half, Washington is now working upwind and Colorado is working downwind, which means Colorado has the advantage here and might get another break. Washington really needs this upwind score to stay in this game.
Number 15, Pogariller, connects to Matthews. And right now you hear the voice of Coach Mike Whitaker, very animated on the sidelines.
Hey, Pogo, right away, don't listen, no pivot.
Here we have Washington with the disc working upwind against a man-to-man defense. This may be the opportunity that Washington needs to score this point.
Crossing the center line, the stall count is getting quite high. She dishes it off to Gallagher, to Roth.
This is certainly Washington's closest they've had to the upwind goal all day. Roth with the disc with Pogariller marking. Outside to Gallagher. Gallagher with the throw to the end zone. Jackie Williams with the score and the upwind break. That's a huge point for UW. Now they're working downwind. Now they have an advantage on this next point. They're going to try to tie it up with a downwind score and even this game up at 8s.
So Roth to Gallagher to get things started, but Gallagher dishes it off with a beautiful pass. Williams in the end zone, and really Element is showing that they are not going to let up. Britta Steele with Jackie Williams there. This team is really gelling.
Miranda really set up Gallagher there with that little dish, allowing her to have no mark while she threw upwind, and that was why Gallagher was able to complete that pass.
Lena break side, Chrisanne and Aaron are wings.
The leadership from Roth once again on all sides of the field, but you know what's odd? No scores from Roth yet, but look at the number of assists, 5, and watch this pull. She's got such a strong arm.
And it comes in hot, coming downwind. Alex catches it, dishes off to Matthews, back to Alex.
And here comes the UW Cup defense trying to get organized around the thrower.
CU looks a little frantic. They don't like working upwind. They feel the pressure now of having to face that 4-person cup while moving the disc upwind. Oh, and Julie Fast drops the disc. This is UW's opportunity 10 yards outside of the CU end zone to tie the score up at 8. Miranda walking to the disc to pick it up, calling what she wants.
Coach Whitaker disappointed with that bobble. You cannot let those mistakes happen in this semifinal round against such a tough team as Washington. Great throw from Miranda, the forehand wrist flick. Miranda on the move.
To Carla Fowler for the score, and the game is tied at 8. UW needed that, but they're still going to need one more point upwind to make this a real game. If CU continues to trade out downwind, they're still going to win this game.
So from Roth to the 5'10 Fowler, a great target, especially in the end zone. And we are all tied up. It's 8, Washington and Colorado. More Ultimate action when we return. Welcome back to the Willamette River Valley. I'm Kevin Delaney along with Kyle Weisbrod for the 2005 UPA College Ultimate Championships. Right now we're all tied up. The weather has definitely taken a turn. We've seen windy all day, but not quite this strong.
This is certainly a barn burner of a game here, 8-8. UW just pulling back to tie it after being down 8-6 at half. They're looking at going upwind again. They're looking a little more confident. Let's see Miranda's pull. Oh, she puts a big roller up. See if she can get a little more distance with that than her big flat pulls that she's been pulling earlier.
Boy, the wind bit into that one. Didn't even come close to crossing the center line. Of course, Alex Snyder picks it up, the captain of Colorado Cali. Gives that one right off to number 33, strong player in Alyssa Reese. And back to Snyder.
Cup defense. They keep Miranda Roth back there. She can cover a lot of ground. That allows a 4th person to come cup defense. They keep Miranda Roth back there. She can cover a lot of ground. That allows a 4th person to come up, play in the cup, and it helps them gain more space and be more intimidating. And that's what gets them the block from Melina Coogan right there. Washington's really looking like the more confident team right now. They're coming out strong out in the second half. CU looks like they're having trouble finding open players.
So with the replay and a strong defensive move, the confidence is building.
When you go into a game thinking, I can win this is my game, you play 10 times better. And at regionals, we went into Stanford shaky. And we just had so much confidence, and we just took it by storm.
That confidence will sure build here if they can score this one upwind. Roth with the disc. Oh, Shalini Lonam with a huge layout block in CU's 3-person cup, showing them that they can also play zone defense. Snyder picks up the disc right at the goal line, looking to put that score back on the board, maybe gain a little of that confidence back for themselves.
And she can't just step over the line. She has to connect to a pass, and she does. Another combo to Matthews. 3rd score of this game. She is racking up the stats.
Check out number 42, Carolyn Matthews, getting open to the open side and making her an easy target for Alex Snyder to just put it in for the score.
So once again, we find Miranda Roth with some words of wisdom, confidence, and inspiration to her teammates. Playing with a lot of heart and soul out there. Alex Snyder on Colorado Cali with the pull. This game won by the first team to get to 15. You have to win by 2 points. A short pull from Snyder.
The wind is really picking up here in the second half. Grad picks up the disc, dishes it to Miranda Roth. Roth with the disc looking deep and puts it up to Jackie Williams, but it's just out of range. It's tough to read with this wind right now.
Alex Snyder, of course, very intimidating, stretching out her body to get in the way of the clean line of sight from Williams. Snyder once again in control, off to Pogareiler, and out in the back, number 33. That is Alyssa Reese. Reese back to Pogareiler.
The last few points when CU's been facing this 4-person cup going upwind, they haven't been able to get it anywhere. And once again, it's another turnover, and UW is going to pick up the disc on their goal line, looking to tie this game at 9s. And they do with the quick flip from Grad to Gallagher.
So Gallagher with her 3rd score of the game. Lots of different weapons on the UW team.
Josh, take one. Sam, take one.
A lot of teams might underestimate UW, thinking that they're just Miranda Roth. They've got quite a lineup here. Miranda Roth Chris Ann Schmitz and Carla Fowler all having played for the Seattle club team Riot, and Aaron Gallagher having played for the mixed team Shazam out of Seattle. They played during the fall season, and both of those teams won club championships this year at the UPA Club Championships.
So a full schedule of Ultimate for many of these players right now in possession. It's Colorado. Colorado dishes it off back to Alex Snyder, grabs the sky hook, hovering in the air, the wind holding up the disc if you let it get high. 2 laser shots in a row, and Lo Nam has control.
That's a risky throw in that wind, hangs it up there, kind of blady. The wind can push it around. CU really needs to pick it up, help each other out, make up for each other's mistakes here.
No one has to play out of their heads. No one has to play, no one has to, doesn't have to be perfect Ultimate. Everyone just has to know what they can do for this team and play their role. And I think that Kali does a great job of just knowing, this is what I can do and I'm going to do it great, and not try and step out of a role and just try and make huge plays or anything like that. We just stick to the fundamentals.
So the teamwork has been working to get here to the semifinals. It's worked for Colorado in the past. University of Washington showing they're pretty tight right now as well. Great defense is definitely their strong point.
Roth and UW working it upwind against the CU man-to-man defense. Disc is outside to Gallagher on the sideline. And Roth makes a cut to the end zone for the score, upwind.
Finally, Element goes up the first time in the game.
This is a great cut by Roth, a great throw by Gallagher. Let's check it out again. Carolyn Matthews here is on the wrong side of Roth, especially going out upwind. It allows Gallagher just to float it out to Roth in front of her, and Roth just to run onto it and catch it for the score.
Great smile from Miranda Roth, making plays in the first half and finishing them here in the second. A dynamic force whenever she's on the field.
It's so fun to be in a sport like this and play against great people and be good as well. Well, I had played basketball and soccer for years and years, and I was finishing my high school career with those sports and sort of looking for other things, and a lot of my friends were playing Ultimate. My high school, Paideia High School, had a really good established program with great coaches, and my friends finally, after 2 years of trying, roped me into it, and I came out and started playing in Summer League in Atlanta and basically never stopped. I didn't have talent, I was athletic, and they had seen me play soccer. I was a goalie in soccer, and they had seen me play basketball. And so I had really good field sense and things like that, but it took me 2 or 3 years before I could throw a forehand. I think as a college player, I'd like to be remembered as a player who grew a lot as a player. I mean, I think that I did. I came to college without being able to throw more than 20 yards, and I hope that I'm remembered as somebody who tried to learn everything I could from everybody around me, and then was able to teach other people those things and give back. And I hope that people think of me as having good spirit and being a good sport on the field. Yeah, I think that's it.
So Miranda Roth doing what she does best, lead her team towards the championships.
Nice deep look.
Fun. It's a battle. Hey, they're playing well.
Right now, Washington in the lead, 10 over Colorado's 9. Don't go away. Welcome back to Corvallis, Oregon. We are in the women's semifinal of the matchup between Washington Element and Colorado Cali. A lot of scoring been going on. Here are the highlights.
Carla Fowler finding Williams in the end zone, downwind to bring Washington up 11-9.
And the Washington rampage continued, an upwind score to bring it 12-9 as the team gets a little jiggy.
But CU's not out of it yet. Carolyn Matthews with an upwind score of her own. Check out this layout catch.
The commitment to keep it close, but Washington has not said it all.
Miranda Roth with an unbelievable catch, keeping her team's upwind chances alive on this possession. They go on to score it. Carla Fowler to Chris Ann Schmitz, 13-10, and they're fired up now. Washington up by 3 points with only 2 left to score, and they've got all the momentum in this game right now.
So Kyle, what is it going to take for Colorado Cali to get over this buzzing atoms that is the Element?
They're going to have to calm down, focus on possession, and not let Washington touch the disc for a little bit. That way, it'll take Washington out of their fire. If they let Washington get another D or another block, this game's about over.
So right at the goal line, oh, just a hop short of getting in. That was Carolyn Matthews controlling right now.
They're knocking on the door. Matthews looking for an out. Finds Alex Snyder. This is who they want the disc in the hands of. Snyder finds Low Nam for the upwind score, 13-11. That's exactly what they needed to do on this point. Now they need to get the downwinder, and they're back in this game. Snyder's got all the breaks today. Backhands, forehands. That high release backhand is a sweet put.
163 college women's teams, only 16 able to come to the championship series, but these two teams, different stories in the early rounds.
Colorado came out slow on the first day, barely defeating Dartmouth by 2 points before beating Northwestern and Cal Berkeley. On the other side, Washington soundly beat Cornell, MIT, and #1 seed Stanford to take the #1 seed at the tournament and in their pool.
Element might have found it easy in the early rounds, but this game has been anything but. Washington currently up 13-11. Stay with us. Big fan support for Washington. Element has raised them to the high-scoring team right now. Element 13, Colorado Cali 11. Colorado Cali led by Alex Snyder. Another pull for her as they try to fight back.
This is a huge point for Cali. They just scored the upwinder. They need to get the downwinder. The wind isn't quite as much of a factor as it was in the middle of this game when it got super windy, but it still matters, and it still may help Cali generate a block here.
So back to the hub of this team, Miranda Roth, number 25, looking for the open player as the count gets late.
Looks like Cali came down in zone on this point, and then they transition into their man-to-man force defense, forcing backhand. Pogo on Miranda with the D, not quite there. Miranda puts it up, and Jen Wolchansky comes down with the block.
Huge play for Colorado Cali, exactly what they needed to get control of the disc, and here comes Alex Snyder at the sideline. This is their chance.
Alex Snyder once again facing that four-person UW cup. Tough to get through. She dishes off to Pogo Riller, who's still facing that cup. Not many looks through that cup. She's forced to throw it outside. Hangs it up to space, and Aaron Gallagher comes down with the D. Puts it in the end zone to
Low can't hold on to it. And what a turnover at such a wrong time. This keeps Cali's hopes alive.
CU's offense looking a little frantic here. They really don't want to turn it over on this side of the field again. They really want to get downfield. Matthews with a nice high backhand over the top to Julia Scott. Julia Scott with the disc outside to the CU receiver, but she can't track it down. CU's really stressed out by this cup. Once they get through it, they want to keep pushing it, and that's what's causing turnovers.
So with Washington and CU both making a pile of mistakes, this crowd right now hoping to see their team settle, get into some sort of a rhythm, maybe a jar of Stickum out there for some of these missed catches.
We've got Washington with the disc trying to work a backup win this time. They need to settle down, stop turning the disc over, and put it in and seal this game off so CU can't come back. Disc up to Miranda Roth. Miranda with the big backhand downfield.
Just over the defender, Kyle.
Carla Fowler making the nice read and coming down with the disc about 25 yards outside their own end zone.
So Washington on the move, feet still flying up the field. Great ground coverage so far, and they're ready to score.
Oh, Gallagher with a sweet catch.
An amazing effort. Gallagher looked like she was moving the wrong way, and she turned on the turbocharger to catch that disc.
That throw caught her a little flat-footed, but she reacted really well. Got down, caught the disc low. A sweet little give and go right here. Pushing past her defender. Didn't expect that throw, but she still comes down with it. Nice catch, Gallagher.
So a great sequence of play there. The Bobbleitis seems to have left the field. Washington now within 1 point of winning this match.
Roth pulling downwind to the waiting CU offense. CU's got their backs against the wall. They really need to get some movement on the disc, work it upfield, possess the disc, not let Washington get their hands back on it, because that could be the end of the game for CU. Washington comes back down with their four-person cup, and CU's working against it.
Washington with a purple and gray blanket smothering the offensive handler. Oh, That was sick. Matthews with the diving catch to keep this whole game alive for CU.
Oh, and Fast with another nice grab. They're really making their receivers work for the disc here.
Which is not a good thing. We want to have some crisp passing right into the breadbasket of the receivers. There's a clean pass. There's 2 in a row. Shanley Lonam with the over-the-top throw out of the reach of the offensive player. So the turnover at a critical time in the game. Washington takes control with Miranda Roth at the helm. She has the power to throw it deep, and a block and a turnover. Things have changed again.
Quick turnover from Washington. CU really needed that one. They've got the disc. They're working back upwind. Snyder with it. Looking at her receivers. Breaks the mark with a sweet backhand, but Lonam can't come down with it.
So Miranda Roth with plenty of time, and it's the Seattle Slinger with a big huck. But Matthews there to take it away.
Carolyn Matthews with a huge D there to prevent Coogan from coming down with it. CU's now got the disc near their own end zone. They're going to try to work it all the way up the field. Washington wants to get a block early in this possession. And it looks like there's a travel call on Alex Snyder. She's wiping her hands off to get a better grip on the disc. CU's got to work it all the way up the field. Washington wants to get the block early so they have little field to work with to score this goal.
Snyder pointing out some strategy, offensive strategy, organizing her team. This is a very crucial time for Alex Snyder and her charges from Callie. We've got to make some offensive magic here.
Matthews goes with an over-the-top backhand, and Julie Fast can't come down with it.
Julie Fast looking to throw it before she catches it on that one. Head out of the game.
Looks like she was a second ahead of the game.
Gallagher with the throw. Great grip right there. Jane Kaufman snags one. They are ready to end this game. Poised at the scoring line and could be one throw away.
Gallagher with the disc, 5 yards out. Pick call downfield.
So the players discuss the infraction here. Game on.
Gallagher with the disc, Lonam on the mark. Gallagher looking to the end zone, sees an open receiver. It's Christiane Schmitz for the score and the game. Washington takes it over Colorado.
So the enthusiasm apparent here as the Washington Element move on towards the finals. Washington 15, Colorado 11.
University of Washington competing for the first time in the UPA College Championships, qualifies for the finals. Colorado can't be disappointed with their season. They didn't qualify for the UPA College Championships last year. This year they come in, make a great run to the semifinals, put up a great performance against the University of Washington.
Lots of contribution from the entire team with a strong effort from Miranda Roth. She gets the Discraft Play of the Game.
Check out the athleticism here, the quickness, the reaction time. This is the kind of stuff that legends are made out of. Miranda Roth making the catch off of her own footblock on a huge blade behind her. Lays out perpendicular 2 feet up in the air. And University of Washington advances to the UPA College Ultimate Championship Finals to face the winner of the other semifinal game between number 1 seed Stanford Superfly, who Washington beat earlier in the tournament, and number 3 seed Texas Melee. Let's take it down to Kevin.
Nothing but high-flying action here in the women's semifinal. Coach Steele, the Element, really turned it on, fought the tough conditions. Definitely a team effort. The exciting actions, the catches, the throws. You guys really dominated here at the end. Tell me about your team.
They deserve it. They've been working very hard all year, and I keep telling them that, play this game, play for each other. This is the last time they get to be them. I mean, a lot of people are moving on. They're graduating. They're leaving, and so I keep telling them, just take this opportunity to enjoy being you, their team. I mean, being together. And so that's what they're all about the whole time.
So the cohesive unit, their first time to the championship battle here. They've made it this far. Off to the finals they go. Congratulations so far.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our final score, Washington Element 15, Colorado Cali 11. Ready to get started in Ultimate? The Ultimate Players Association is the largest ultimate frisbee organization in the world. By joining the UPA, you are automatically subscribed to the sport's official magazine, packed with tons of incredible photos and ways to get the most out of your game. Visit www.upa.org to learn more and find out how to start playing in your community. For Kyle Weisbrod and our entire CSTV crew, I'm Kevin Delaney. For more, log on to CSTV.com. the ultimate destination for scores, news, highlights, and analysis. This has been a presentation of CSTV, College Sports Television, #1 in college sports.